Hi, boys and girls. It's Mr. Wasemann again, and we continue our research into our endangered species topics. The graphic that you see in front of you shows us three large cats that are spotted: the cheetah, the leopard, and the jaguar. They are each covered in fur. They are each covered with spots. But the difference between a cheetah and, say, a leopard is a little bit more distinct. You're going to notice that a cheetah has solid black spots, whereas a leopard has these rosettes. These rosettes have dark markings and lighter markings, so it's a spot within a spot. And then jaguars also have rosettes, but they have spots that are dark inside the lighter spots. So jaguars have spots, leopards have spots, and cheetahs have spots, but they're all different kinds of spots. And that's important when we go to describe our animals' markings and colors, okay? Because animals are defined sometimes by their color. Our state bird in Indiana is the cardinal. And what sticks out in your head when you think cardinal? Well, it's the color red. A male cardinal's feathers are bright red. So when we are describing the plains buffalo, we have to talk about things like color, and we have to think about what are some defining characteristics about its markings. So there's a little picture of a tiger right here. Tigers are known for their stripes. That's how I can tell the difference between a tiger and, say, a cheetah. Stripes versus spots. So when I look at a buffalo, one of its prominent features is its brown, shaggy fur. And one of the things that defines it is that over the course of a year, it will grow and then shed its fur. Okay, when it's cold out, it'll grow more fur. But when it gets warm in the summer months, it will start to shed parts of its fur. If you have a dog or a cat at home, you're probably well familiar with the idea of fur shed. So right here where it says appearance, animal names can be color or colors. They can also have animal markings. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to write the name American bison, because that is my topic. And they're brown. Bison are brown. Okay, and then they have various layers of shaggy fur depending on the time of year. Their coats will be heavier and thicker in the winter. It's always good to proofread your work. Take out that E. Okay, so I have described coloring and markings. Okay, now what I need to do is talk about the differences between the bison and, say, other animals that are similar to that species. So we talked about cats and how they're different. Here's a graphic of the bison compared to other large cattle type animals. Okay, now here we have a water buffalo. These are typically found in Africa and Asia. And the word buffalo is very synonymous with the American bison. Back hundreds of years ago, before horses, which is thought to be a very American animal, were introduced to North America, there were no horses. Native Americans did not know what to think of a horse when the Spaniards first brought them across from Europe. They looked at them and they thought they were some sort of large dog based on their body shapes. I'm sure the same was true with European and Asian explorers who came to the United States. And when they got to central and western states, the plains where bison roamed freely back in the day, they probably looked at these animals and thought, that's a buffalo or some kind of buffalo because of its size and shape. But there are some defining characteristics that you can use to determine whether or not an animal is a buffalo or bison. Now here is a bison, and you'll notice that it has its prominent hump, and it's very large and kind of squat head. Okay, water buffalo have more prolonged faces, kind of like our American cattle. You're also going to notice the horns. Water buffalo have very long horns, whereas bison has a very short, compact horn. And then finally, we'll notice that the bison has like these little shaggy goatee beards right here, whereas water buffalo really don't have much in the beard department. They're a little bit more clean shaven. And in general, they have less shaggy fur. You can tell that they have fur, but it's not as clumpy and shaggy, especially around the top, like a bison. So when I go to describe a bison compared to a buffalo, you can tell the difference between an American bison and a water buffalo because American bison have shorter horns, shaggier fur, and their pronounced humps on their backs. So basically what I'm doing is I want you, the reader, to know the difference between one species and another. So that's what I'm going to be doing in terms of appearance. I'm going to be describing one animal compared to another. Now, real quickly, since I have this image already pulled up, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my slide to save myself a little time later. Now, with our famous Hoosier projects, when we were collecting data, I had asked everyone to wait on doing graphics and text features until we were finished with writing the biography. Since we are going to be taking notes as we go, if you see a photo or a text image or text feature that would be useful, grab it. And that's what I'm doing right here. So you can look at these side-by-side pictures of the buffalo and the bison. Okay, we're going to continue with our research, and there will be more tutorials to come. But until then, happy researching and have fun learning about these interesting animals.